This is Morning Motivation for Educators on the Be Podcast Network. Learn about all the shows at bepodcastnetwork.com. You'll hear from a variety of formal and informal educators who help put this podcast together. If you'd like to contribute your voice to this show, please go to morningmotivationedu.com to apply.
Welcome to Morning Motivation for Educators. I'm Danielle Neufer, and after almost 25 years in the classroom and 2 experiences with my own burnout, I've learned that sustaining this work isn't about pushing through. It's about building capacity. Teachers are the future, but to teach the next generation well, we have to be well ourselves. For too long, teaching has celebrated the idea that exhaustion equals dedication. I don't believe that. This podcast is about you. About showing up grounded, steady, and powerful so you can lead your classroom without burning out. Small shifts, honest reflection, practical tools so you can do this work and still have a life. You don't have to run on empty. You can be well, and that matters more than anything. It's content, it's pedagogy mixed with this third ingredient. A decade ago, it was something nice to have, but now it's imperative. We are in that stretch of the school year where everything starts to feel heavy. Testing season is beginning in many schools. The end of the year is on the horizon, but there is still so much left to do. Students are tired, teachers are tired, everyone is feeling the pressure to finish strong while holding it all together. And this is often the time of the year when we start to wonder, are you the kind of teacher who focuses on everything you can't control? The testing schedule, the behaviors, the lack of support, the pressure, the blank stares, the constant distractions? Or are you the kind of teacher who keeps looking for what is still possible? Who knows there's potential and talent behind the blank stare? Who believes that if students could do better, they would do better? Who understands that behaviors are communication? Who knows that even now in April and May, relationships still matter because they do? Are you the kind of teacher who keeps trying to power through, hoping that if you work harder, stay later, or care more, it will somehow be enough? Or are you the kind of teacher who is starting to realize that something is missing? That content matters, teaching practices matter, but there is a third ingredient that matters just as much. And I call it the well work. The ability to regulate yourself in hard moments, to respond instead of react, to stay grounded when the room feels chaotic, to build connection when students are pushing you away, to hold boundaries without losing your humanity, to teach in a way that helps students feel safe enough to learn. Because we are running out of students who respond to the old ways of teaching. Not because anyone is failing, but because the world has changed. Our students are caring more. Families are caring more. Teachers are caring more. And when we ignore that, everything starts to feel harder than it has to. This is why just push through is not enough. This is why more self-care tips are not enough. Teachers don't need bubble baths and reminders to rest. They need more than just support. They need more than individual practical tools. They need structures and systems that acknowledge everyone's humanity. They need leaders who see them as more than just a human performing a job. They need a new way to move through the hardest parts of the school year without losing themselves in the process. That is the well work, and it matters now more than ever, especially during testing season, especially at the end of the year, especially when everyone is tired and there is still work left to do. Because when teachers are set up to succeed, students benefit too. And I'd love to just have you take a moment to think about this. Does your school have those systems and structures in place? What are you missing to help you teach well? Whatever you came up with, I want you to know that your voice matters. Write it down. Find somebody who will listen. Be proactive. And try to tell your school at where you're doing this incredible work what you need. If this idea resonated, you can explore these ideas further at Teaching Well or in my book, The Path of the Mindful Teacher. Find links to other resources in the show notes or at teachingwell.life. Remember, the greatest predictor of a school's success is the health and well-being of its teachers.
Thanks for listening. And whatever role you have in education, we have a podcast for you at bpodcastnetwork.com. Who among your friends and colleagues needs to hear this message today? Please share it with them right now.